Hey guys, it's the United Way, and this is a new channel, as you could probably guess, for United fans, by United fans. I am the owner of the channel. My name is Connell and I'm from Ireland. So far I've got one guy on board I know for sure. His name's Elliot. He is from somewhere in England. I'm not 100% sure where he's from, but he should be doing some videos fairly soon. But this is basically just an intro to the channel, and I had no channel called Unmasked Gaming. I had 132 subscribers on that, but that got taken down. I'm not sure for misleading tags or for copyright, but you know, that was unfortunate. But I started a new channel called Tiki Taka TV. That's doing okay. It's got 15 subscribers, although I don't really upload it that much. I've only got 3 videos and I've had the channel 1 or 2 months, I'd say. I'll leave the link to Tiki Taka TV in the description. But another thing that I'll leave in the description is a link to my Twitter, because my idea for this channel is that hopefully it'll become successful, maybe is probably the best way to put it, within football Twitter, because my Twitter is saved by Depay, which I'm probably going to have to change my @ sooner or later, because it does look like he's off, probably by... If he doesn't leave this summer, he'll definitely leave in the free next summer, basically, so we can't really win. But I'll leave the link to my Twitter, because I've got nearly 1,500 followers, so hopefully it'll do well through football Twitter. I should be able to promote it. Obviously there's a couple of United channels out there, like Full Time Devils is obviously the most notable, but there's a good other few, like Red Devils Bus, I think it's called, and the United Stand, which I don't watch, but obviously it's going to be very difficult to compete with them. But hopefully it will do well. Now, as I said, this is an intro to the channel The United Way, but it's also a preview for the match against Club America. But before we start talking about the match itself, I want to talk a little bit about our signings and just pre-season in general. First of all, our first signing was announced in May and completed in June, Memphis Depay. I'm sure a lot of you know about him because he is a fantastic talent. He has been likened to Ronaldo, which I can completely understand because he's a left winger, he's very quick, he's very skillful, he scores goals, he's very physically strong. The only thing that I disagree with in that comparison to Ronaldo is that he is smaller. Ronaldo is about 6'1", I'd say, maybe 6 foot, and Memphis Depay is about 5'9", maybe 10 at a push. So he's a little bit smaller, but he basically ticks every other box to be compared with Ronaldo. In his first season, I don't think he'll do too well. I think he'll get a handful of goals, maybe a couple of assists, but I think it'll take him 1 or 2 seasons to actually adjust to the Premier League. Our second signing was absolutely fantastic, in my opinion, Matteo Darmian. I haven't watched him an awful lot. I'm not going to be a bigot, basically, and just claim that I've watched him loads. I watched him once in the Serie A last season against Juventus. In a game he actually scored. I also watched him against England in a friendly in March, I think it was, and I watched him in 2 games of the World Cup. So I've only actually seen him play 4 games, but from those 4 games that I've seen, and a lot of other people, I think he will be a great signing, because a lot of journalists in England and newspapers and stuff are linking us with Klein up until about April or May time, but then they started saying after that that our interest cooled off in about March, so they couldn't really make up their mind, and English media playing their games again, basically. But I'd definitely be inclined to believe them on that case, because Klein would have been the obvious signing for 12.5 million. I think he will be a good signing for Liverpool, don't get me wrong, but I do trust Van Gaal's decision on this, because his form in the second half of the season was supposedly not too good. Obviously I don't watch Southampton very regularly. I watched them 2 or 3 times post New Year, and he was never really a standout player, but you don't really look out for stuff in the right back, so I won't bash him because of that. But yeah, I'm sure he'll be a good signing for Liverpool, but I definitely trust Van Gaal's judgment. I think Darmian is better defensively, and I also think his work rate is better, because whenever I've watched him, and again from what I've heard of him, he never stops running and his stamina is fantastic. But the 2 signings I'm most excited about are midfielders Schweinsteiger and Schneiderlin. Basically, I put it like this: when we signed Schweinsteiger, I was naturally very excited because he's a superb footballer. He's simply world class. But at the back of my mind, I was a little bit worried that our interest in Schneiderlin would have dropped off, because even though Schweinsteiger is absolutely fantastic technically, his legs are starting to go a little bit, so he needs another midfielder in there to do a bit of the running for him. But with Schneiderlin behind him and Herrera beside him, well, probably Herrera beside him, it could be Fellaini or something, but any of those two would easily do the running for him. So basically, he doesn't even have to move really with them two beside him. He could just sit in the middle of the park all day and just spray passes out to the wingers. That's all he has to do, to be honest. But Schneiderlin and Schweinsteiger will definitely bring a lot of balance to our team, I think. If we can find the consistency and we make good signings, probably Otamendi and a backup striker of some sorts, I'm not sure who. I don't really want Cavani. I wouldn't complain because he's a world-class striker, or Lewandowski for that matter. I wouldn't really want either of them because they would be playing second fiddle to Rooney, and it would inevitably just end up in either of them, whoever, if we were to sign Cavani or Lewandowski, wanting to leave and the fans just being really frustrated. So I want someone who's not quite world class, just below that level, who will be happy to play second fiddle to Rooney, but is still a good goal scorer. But as I said, if we sign one of those strikers and we sign Otamendi, I don't see any reason why we can't challenge for the league if we get a little bit of luck with injuries and we manage to stay consistent. We won't talk about potential outgoings in this episode, although Valdez is set to be sold after he has some bad blood with Van Gaal. Evans has been strongly linked with a move to Everton, which fingers crossed happens, touch wood, because he's an awful defender really. But again, as I said, we won't talk about potential outgoings. We'll just talk about, from here on in, about the Club America match. The Van Gaal actually confirmed in a press conference, not sure, I think it was last week, that we'd play 2 different 11s each half. So talking about the lineup is kind of pointless, but I may as well do it anyway. Basically, for example, in the first half, we won't do this. We won't play our really strong team and then a really weak team. But in the first half, we could play Darmian, De Gea, Darmian, Smalling, Jones, Shaw, Schneiderlin, Schweinsteiger, Herrera, Mata, Depay, Rooney. And then in the second half, we could do something like play Lindegaard, Valencia, McNair, Blackett, or Evans, Lind, Carrick, Fellaini, Pereira or Goss, Januzaj, Young and Wilson, for example. So basically we'll have 2 different lineups for each half. But in general, I don't think we will actually win this game. I think probably a draw is the most likely result because it is our first match of our season. We haven't played in ages, obviously, and our players will be fatigued. Our signings will have to fit in. It's just generally a lot of stuff. I don't really care if we don't win this match. It's just simply about getting a little bit of chemistry between the players, getting a bit of fitness, and trying to avoid injuries, which we didn't do last year. We went into the actual start of the competitive season with lots of injuries, so hopefully that does not happen this season. The reason I don't think we'll win this is because Club America are a pretty good side. They're a good counter-attacking side from what I know. I couldn't name you a player from them, but of what I know, they are the best team in Mexico. I've heard they play a 4-4-2, so I'd assume they're counter-attacking. That's generally what you do if you play a 4-4-2. And they are in the middle of their season, so they'll be raring to go. They're pretty much fully match fit, as opposed to us who aren't match fit whatsoever. So my prediction for this match is probably 1-1. Random guess at who's scoring. Mata or Rooney or something like that. I don't really care about the result too much, just hopefully we play pretty well and hopefully a result would be nice, because even though it's only a pre-season, it's never really nice to not win against a team like Club America. So that's it from me for this video. Apologies if it was a little bit long, but there was a lot of stuff to talk about, not only the match and pre-season, the start of it and all, but also I had to talk about the channel. So sorry if it's a little bit too long, but they won't always be this long, I'm sure. Watch out for the review of the match. I'll have that up tomorrow sometime. I'll be doing that as well because I want to do the first few videos by myself on the channel just to make sure that you know that I own the channel, but there will be people appearing on it doing match previews, doing match reviews. Again, as I said, Elliot will be on the channel every so often, but for now, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed.